Sawadika, thanks for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand FM 88, and on NBT World. It's a Friday, and the date is May 6th, and you're with me, Sandra Hanutsaha. In today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward, our first story concerns Prime Minister General Prayuth Chanocha urging the public to travel on this long weekend in order to help stimulate the economy, and he is ensuring maximum security for them. Government spokesman Sansan Kyakamnut said the 5-day-long weekend from the 5th to the 9th of May was created after the cabinet declared this 6th of May a public holiday. The Prime Minister urged people to travel since it was the government's policy to support tourism-related businesses. The spokesman added that tax invoices from purchases of domestic tour packages or hotel stays in 2016 were entitled to 15,000 baht tax reduction. The spokesman stated further that the Prime Minister was concerned about the public's journeys during the long holiday and urged everyone to be more careful when driving or using the roads. The newly appointed New Zealand ambassador to Thailand, Mr. Benjamin King, has paid a courtesy call on Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu Krangam at Government House. The New Zealand ambassador and the Deputy Prime Minister have confirmed their readiness to foster relations between the two nations, as witnessed by mutual visits by all levels that is, of officials and numerous collaborative programs. In March, the Thai and New Zealand governments co-organized celebrations marking the 60th anniversary of diplomatic ties. Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu spoke of his wish to see closer bilateral cooperation, particularly in the fields of trade, investment, tourism, and education, adding that there should be more mutual visits between high-ranking officials from both countries. Both sides also discussed the political issue in Thailand. The New Zealand ambassador said he understood the political situation in Thailand and hoped that democracy would return to the country as soon as possible. Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu affirmed that the government was pushing ahead with its roadmap to democracy. Chief Executive and Chairman of the Pacific Century Group, or PCG, Richard Lee, and his consultant, former Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister John Baird, have paid a courtesy call on Deputy Prime Minister Somkit Jatusipitak at Government House. Deputy Prime Minister Somkit talked about the government's economic stimulus policy, which entails support for viable investment projects and joint investments between the public and private sectors, especially in the areas of transport, energy, and digital economy. He also invited Mr. Lee to further explore the investment opportunity in the country by taking part in the Digital Thailand Day seminar to be held by the government in May. The Pacific Century Group was founded in 1993. The Asia-based company specializes in various investments, including technology, media, telecommunications, financial services, infrastructure, and property. The PCG chairman admired the government for its economic policy, which has paved the way for foreign investments and improved the investment ambiance in Thailand. The Agriculture and Cooperatives Minister has vowed to promote qualitative agriculture between 2016 and 2017 to safeguard farmers against volatile conditions. Speaking after a meeting with ministerial executives, General Chattai Sarikanya commented that agriculturists should from now on pay attention to weather reports from the meteorological department so that they can be prepared for any changes in weather. General Chachai said the rainy season was likely to come in the third week of May, after which time the planting season should begin. The minister stressed that agriculture in the upcoming season must be carefully planned to prevent damage similar to the one that farmers are experiencing. The Department of Agriculture is charged with seeking and providing high-quality seeds and fertilizers to agriculturists. The Royal Irrigation Department has been assigned to educate farmers on water management to avoid the risk of water shortages. In our special phone interview today with Commander Bianan Galmani, a Plan and Policy Officer at the Command Center to Combat Illegal Fishing, or CCCIF, we will talk about the CCCIF's recent effort to stamp out illegal, unreported, and unregulated, or IUU fishing. Sawadee ka, Commander Bianan. How are you doing this morning?
Sawadee ka, Kun Sandra. I'm very well, thank you very much.
Okay, let's ask our first question. The Cabinet this week approved the budget to buy pushnet fishing vessels. Can you tell us why the government has to buy these vessels, and for what purposes can these vessels be used?
Yes, due to the fact that the reformation on fisheries from open access to water where everyone can go and fish was changed to limit access to water where a certain number of fishing vessels can obtain the fishing license in accordance to the level of fishery resources at the time. Exceeding fishing vessels and banned vessels have to be removed from the system. Out of these, 54 vessels deploying the destructive fishing gear, especially the pushnet, are to be removed as well. The government decision on Tuesday was to buy back these pushnet fishing vessels with the budget of 106 million baht. The Command Center for Combating Illegal Fishing has established a working group to consider the way to manage and make use of these paid-off vessels. After careful studies, the working group found that 3 of these vessels are in good condition, and the Department of Marine and Coastal Resources will use these vessels for patrol and utility duty. The rest of 51 paid-off vessels will be sunk and used as artificial reef for creating habitat for marine life. The location of the site will be decided later, but the target area are in Samut Sakhon, Surat Thani, and Pattani.
And Commander Bianan, how will the Command Center for Combating Illegal Fishing, or CCCIF, manage these vessels in the Thai waters?
Yes, the center has established 3 working groups. The first group will validate the claim of the fishermen, inspect the vessels, and prepare for purchase contract. The second group will make the payment, and the last group will consider the use of paid-off vessels. The center set the target to complete the buyback process by the end of this month. So we are urging the fishermen that used to operate the pushnet and agree to be part of the program to contact the officials to carry out the inspection and payment of the whole within this month. Thank you very much.
And that's it for today, Commander Bianan. Please keep up the good work. Thank you very much for speaking with us, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you very much.
And that was Commander Bianan Galmani, a Plan and Policy Officer at the Command Center to Combat Illegal Fishing, or CCCIF. On to other news now. The Ministry of Commerce is preparing to organize a new auction round for 1.2 million tons of rice in the government's warehouses. Rice traders can submit their documents for the auction on the 17th of May and then tender bids on the 19th of May. Director General of the Department of Foreign Trade, Dongpon Rodpaya, said the coming rice auction would be the 3rd time this year. The amount of rice to be auctioned would be the highest following rising demand in the market for broken milled rice. The official added that now was a good time to sell rice from the government's warehouses since second season rice had not yet been harvested and some of the rice in the warehouses had been damaged. More damage was expected if the rice was not sold before the rainy season, the Director General said. The department allows those who want to participate in the auction to check rice in the warehouses from the 10th to the 16th of May. Consumption stimulus measures and state investment have begun to bear fruit, with the Small and Medium Enterprise Confidence Index moving up for a second quarter in a row. Thai Military Bank Vice President Benjarong Suwankiri reported that the SME Confidence Index for the first quarter of 2016 was measured at 42.1, up from 40.5 year-on-year. It was the first time in 4 years that the index moved upward for 2 quarters in a row. The increase has been attributed to the long and short-term stimulus measures of the government, which kicked off in the middle of last year, and their ability to jumpstart spending. The index is now projected to touch 54.7 over the next 3 months, moving down from an earlier forecast of 56.9 on continued concern voiced by SME operators. Risk factors for the Thai economy continue to include the drought situation and the falling prices of farm goods, which have put other areas of economic recovery into question and prompted calls by the private sector for the government to continue to foster the bounce back. Private businesses have said continued spending by the state is the only way the year will end, with economic growth at the projected 2.8%. All commercial banks are expected to make their ATMs capable of reading new chip-embedded cards before the end of this year. Bank of Thailand Deputy Governor for Financial Institution Stability Thong Uray Limpiti said all ATM cards given to commercial bank clients from May 16th onward will contain an embedded chip. Around 60 million ATM cardholders who are currently using the one with a magnetic strip will be asked by the banks to replace them. The move will help prevent identity theft and allow holders to make payments without using cash. Thai Bankers Association President Prayuth Chanocha insists that no bank customer will be charged for having an ATM card replaced. And Klong Parung Krung Kasem is hosting a new market venture featuring labor development information and opportunities and offering agricultural products to sample and buy. It's on until the 24th of May this year, and our correspondent Kun Sutichat Den Pritham has the report.
The grand opening of the new labor theme market, Canal Site at the Klong Padung Krung Kasem, took place on the 3rd of May with General Prayuth Wongsuwan, the Deputy Prime Minister, as the chairman. The event was hosted by the Ministry of Labor with support from the Ministry of Defense.
In this event, we will have a market for the products from the group that has been trained and promoted by the Ministry of Labor, and also the product from the SME in our country. And the last one is the quality products from our entrepreneur, but in low price to support for the low-income workers. We hope that during these 3 weeks, the fairness income contribution will bring about the cohesion of everyone in the society.
The main theme of this market is presented in 4 zones, which offer various activities, ranging from skill development to financial advice, free medical service and enterprising products developed with the assistance of the Ministry of Labor. The highlight of this event is the Career Development Program, which offers to develop a marketable skill for any interested parties. This program is an initiative of the Skill Development Promotion Divisions, offered not only to promote career opportunities, but also to create an alternative source of income for those who already have a stable employment.
Every day, we will host career development activities for at least 2 lines of work. Today, for example, we have been offering training in letter crafting, which is easy and requires little investment, but can be very rewarding. People who join us today will also be provided with a souvenir, namely their own craft letter bag and hat.
The market also offers weekly themed products from Bangkok as well as other regions of Thailand. First among these are agricultural product themes which are being featured from 3rd to 9th of May. During this period, visitors will be presented with a mouth-watering tropical fruits, exotic plants and vegetables, as well as animals, many of which can be raised even in urban Bangkok. Last but not least, this event also showcased summer defense technology and dual-use military products, such as the military-grade insect repellent and cosmetic. Many of such development resulted from the work of the Ministry of Defense, which also aims to serve the civilian sector and bring skill and knowledge to the workforce. This special event is being held from 3rd to 24th of May 2016. Sutisha Denprit-Kam, reporting for NBT World.
Thank you to Kun Sutisha for that report. And the Khao Kiel Open Zoo in Chonburi Province is helping its star Malayan Tapir, Weng, cool off from soaring heat by giving him more bath time. The zoo, which is a well-known attraction in Siracha district, has given the tapir a longer bath time since the intense heat of summer began. A zookeeper said Weng, the tapir, particularly enjoys bathing a lot. The 17-year-old Malayan tapir sometimes dozes off while being scrubbed with a bathing brush. He said that Weng would stay perfectly still while receiving the treatment, misleading visitors into thinking that he had stopped breathing. The tapir is one of 15 animal species protected under the Thai law. And that is the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. It's time for a quick break now, but first we'll have a look at the exchange rates and the commodity prices.
If the earth is your home, the ocean is theirs as well. Working together, the government and private sector can solve all the issues currently facing the Thai fishing industry. From legitimizing fishing operations to helping out our fellow fishermen and collaborating with international parties.
ตอนนี้ถึงเวลาแล้วนะครับที่เราจะต้องมาร่วมมือกันทำให้มันถูกต้องมันก็ต้องปรับตัวในช่วงแรกแต่ในระยะยาวมันก็คุ้มค่าถ้าไม่มีอาชีพนี้เราก็ไม่รู้จะทำอะไรกันแล้วผมก็พร้อมครับที่จะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในการแก้ปัญหา
Pad Thai, created from Thai wisdom, used to be served on banana leaf, and the banana tree is used for practicing Muay Thai. Muay Thai was trained in the temples, which can be found on the mountains, in the caves, or on the water, everywhere, just like Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in amazing Thailand.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. In our ASEAN segment, Phuket is a province of distinctive ancient traditions, culture and history, such as those of the so-called Peranakan villagers of Chinese descent. And here's a report by Asama Tin Ka Keo.
The ancestor of many Phuket residents of Chinese descent came from the Fujian region of China. The Malayan word Peranakan literally means locally born and refers to the children born to Chinese migrants and local villagers of Malayan or Indonesian descent. Male descendants are referred to as Baba and female descendants are called Yonya. Such people are called Peranakan in Singapore and Malaysia as well. It is obviously an international name used in neighboring Southeast Asian countries. In Phuket, however, members of the particular group of people, whether male or female, are generally called Baba. A Thai Peranakan association has been set up with intent to preserve the Baba's distinctive traditions and culture, which are admirably maintained and manifest in the creation of art, handicrafts, and architectural and home decoration items. The Sino-Portuguese architecture was keenly preserved in combination with colonial English style applied to the aesthetical decoration of homes and gardens. The Baba villagers have also preserved Chinese costumes, as shown in their clothing, such as batik sarong, footwear, and decorative items.
This is a proof that Phuket people still be the same even time passed by. And if you ask me, when did Phuket people start to join or to celebrate, to be Peranakan? Let's say we were Baba Peranakan from birth, but we went to join the Peranakan Convention in the year 2002, just to say that, hey, you forget us. We are Phuket and we are real Baba Yonya and we are real Peranakan. So from that time onward, we went to the convention, Baba Peranakan Convention every year, which starts from Singapore, Penang, Malacca, and then Phuket is the 4th member. So then let's say after that we were the host, and we have done such a very good work, and people love it.
The Baba's love for their ancestral traditions was a driving force in the restoration and transfer of much cultural heritage, which has become Phuket's distinctive contribution for future generations to admire and preserve. I am Asma Tin Ka Keo, reporting from Phuket for NBT World.
Thank you to Kun Asma for that report. And the Thai Gem and Jewelry Traders Association is gearing up to host Thailand Gems and Jewelry 2016 in September. According to Thai Gem and Jewelry Traders Association President Suttipong Damrong Sukul, the event will be held at Impact Arena, Muang Thong Thani from September 7th to 11th. The objective of this event is to promote Thai gems and jewelry as well as domestic tourism at the same time. The event is also described as a move to promote Thailand as the gateway to the gem and jewelry trade in ASEAN. Mr. Suttipong added later that Thailand Gems and Jewelry 2016 will raise confidence among investors as the Thai gem and jewelry industry has the ability to participate in the global market. And that's all the time we have for this edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, then do feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook by typing in NNT and have a look at our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. Today we're going to say goodbye with some interesting footage of a Chinese gentleman raising a stray black bear cub after mistaking it for a wolf dog. For Newsline, I'm Sandra Hanusaha. Have a great day and a great holiday. Sawasdee ka.